I'm going to talk to you briefly about the planner. BLT has met, and they asked me to make a video to share with you about expectations for the planner. So I have the planner here on a document, and the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the SMART goals. These are quarterly goals, so we need to start filling out our first quarter goals now that we're settled into school for the first week or so. They have an academic goal. This is found at the very beginning of the planner, and very early on before even the pages of the weekly pages. So they want to do a SMART goal. They get to choose it, very specific, something that's measurable, something that they can accomplish by the end of the quarter, something that's relevant to them, and that's something that is timely, like they can have a deadline. So have them fill out that. You can show them a SMART goal video that you can find, or ask me if you need one to share with them a little bit more about SMART goals. The second page looks identical, except that it's a personal goal. I'm now on the next page. It's a 2-page spread. So this goal could be something they do at home. Maybe it is sports related or academic, or something about a club that they're in, or they just need to get along with their siblings more, or they need to help around the house more. What does that look like? Maybe it's an social emotional goal that they have. Maybe they want to meet new friends or something. So this is not school related. So they're doing 2 SMART goals every quarter that extend throughout the quarter, and something that hopefully they can see improvement over that quarter. The next page I'm going to share with you is the monitoring for grades. I have one of these for every quarter. It's also right after the goals. So in your student success, or maybe win class, or you can even check it by your hour, there's 8 weeks here, and they write down their grade on the second row. And the first row is the date of when they looked up their grade, and then they can just fill in their class. And I did not put student success on here since that's not graded. The next page is just a super quick backpack and planner check. Yes, I checked my planner. I did write in my planner. Yes, my backpack is clean, and so you can give them time to do this as well. But again, it can just be a 30-second, okay, check off if you have your backpack here today and everything in it, and clean it out. If you have loose papers, put them where they're supposed to be. Here is an example of a planner page, a 2-page spread. I'm going to zoom it in here. This is like a great one. Not all of them are this good, but all the planners should have something written in for all their classes. And we do ask this, and we expect this of all students at Billy Mills, not just for avid students. Not the why, obviously, it helps them stay organized, which is also going to help them with their grades. But something that we never really talk about is how it improves their self-esteem when they have their life organized and are doing better in school. And it just makes them, it does really help with their emotional well-being. And so I'm going to share with you, like, this one's very detailed. Again, you could just have a few words for each box, but every section for every class should have something in it. The darker color would be they could write the name of the class. I have the hours on the side, but maybe they're going to write the classes out. They could do that ahead of time. And then they put A day and B day in case they get messed up, or maybe they're going to check off that they went through that class. So the little box is there for whatever they need it for. Then they have 2 lighter colors to write what they did in class. We want them to be specific enough where we learn what they're covering. So you don't say, they won't write take notes or did a Kahoot, because that's not telling us what the content is. And so it might help them with that. That's probably the biggest struggle. At the bottom, we have a homework section. So if they have homework for that day, at the end, after 8th hour, they write that out. And then if they don't have homework, they write none. And at the very bottom, it's what's going on after school. Maybe it is I have to babysit. Maybe it is my day to take the trash out. Maybe they have football practice or cheer practice or play practice, or they're staying after for Cougar Corner or something. So that is for everyone also to fill out. On the left-hand side, the goals section, they would like to do a short goal of the week. I want to not be tardy for Mrs. Flakes's class. And then they can say at the end how that went. I got no tardies, or I was only tardy once after being tardy 3 times, or use less smart passes. Don't use all my smart passes by the middle of the week, or maybe they want to raise a grade. I try to get them to avoid saying the same thing every week, like, oh, I want to get straight A's or straight B's or whatever. Try to be specific, just one little thing that's something that they could have accomplished by the end of the week. The next box, the blue wicker box, this is new this year. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. It shows you what Wicker stands for on the right there. It's writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. They will circle the letter that they're going to write about, and they just write about a lesson they did in any class and why that was Wicker. And some weeks will tell you, we want you to do this is the plan. We want you to do a write about a collaboration example this week, or maybe write about when you did some good writing. So we might tell you what letter of Wicker to do if we're doing themes of the week or the month. But right now, just get in the habit of having them choose any Wicker lesson. If you need Wicker posters, please let me know. I can get some for you. Underneath that, we have a weekly journal entry. This is open-ended to whatever they want to write. You could just make it like a 1-minute write on a certain day of the week in student success. Just maybe do it when they first come in. It could be about what's going on in their life, how things are going, what they're doing this weekend, overall how their week went, something they want to share with you. And then the very bottom with the smiley faces, they circle how they think they would grade their own planner. If they've got a lot of holes and missed some classes or some days, they would get, not a sad face, but kind of almost sad face, maybe the blue color. If they never write in it at all, it's at the very right. If they do awesome like this, it's at the very left. And so that is what the planner looks like. Here's what it looks like when it is a blank page. And so we encourage you to have what you're having your students do that day in class on your screen or board when they come in, so they could write it down. And it shouldn't take long, but give them a moment to actually write their planner. Like, have them start with their planner open to write it at the beginning of the hour. That is really, really helpful. And so some are doing it already, but if we can just make that a habit, that is something that makes it consistent throughout the building. And that's what we're really working on this year. If you have any questions about the planner, please let me know. Send me an email, come find me. And I'd be glad to help you out. If you can think of anything to improve this or something for next year, I'm already working on adjusting it to make it as best as it can be. So thanks for your time and have an awesome long weekend.